Hey guys, it's the Carpenters. I'm Emily.
And Jesse?
And Judah.
Sam.
That's right.
And we're just bringing a new practice video. This week's practice is on Sabbath, and we wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what that is and what it looks like in our lives. And so,
So about 2 years ago, we started doing our Sabbath, started practicing Sabbath. And it's been an awesome journey. There are times where we've really been rocking it and doing a great job with our Sabbath and remembering all the things. And other times where it's been a little rough, and that's okay. Yeah. It's been really good for our family just to stop, remember God, and spend time with each other. And one of the things we do is we have a Sabbath meal. And when we sit down with Sabbath, we say Shabbat Shalom. What does Shabbat mean, Sam?
To stop.
To stop, that's right.
And have peace.
That's right. And shalom means to have peace. So that's really what Sabbath is about. It's about stopping, resting, having peace, and just remembering who we are and who our Creator is. Mm-hmm. So, all right, guys, you can take off.
Say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So, in Genesis 2, verse 3, it says, "Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done." And so that is the first mention of Sabbath in Scripture. And then later, again, it's mentioned as one of the 10 Commandments to keep the Sabbath holy. And so it became apparent to us not that long ago that we, one, weren't paying any attention to that. And two, we really needed... we needed to carve out time and rest. And so...
So a friend of ours was practicing Sabbath, and it was just really good for him and his family. And so I was just intrigued, and I was like, well, just the idea of taking a whole day just seemed impossible at the time. Yeah. It was just like, how in the world do people do this? Mm-hmm. Maybe during COVID it seems a little more realistic, but before COVID it was just like, how do we do this? Because our lives were so busy, and it just seemed like there's no way we can cut out a whole day. And so one of the things he told us was, why don't you just do one meal a week? And, we've been having meals together, and he said, but make it sacred. And so that's what we did. We just started with one meal. And so at the time it was Saturday. Every Saturday we would stop and have a meal. And what were some of the things that we did around that meal?
It was really simple. We would light a candle. That seemed to be a way that we had seen other people do, just a way of signifying that, okay, this is starting. Like, we're going to try to shift our mindset right now from that work, run, rush mindset, and we're just going to, it's time to relax. It's time to rest. Yeah. And so we'd light a candle. We like to have maybe a glass of wine, a nice meal. We try to pick foods that the kids are excited about.
The kids don't drink the wine, by the way.
Kids don't drink the wine now. Yeah. But they do get grape juice, which is fun for them.
Yeah.
And so, it's just a few little things like that give it that feeling that sets it apart from other dinners, that we don't usually light a candle. We don't usually have a glass of wine or special juice or something like that. So it's been fun to try to figure out what to make it look like. And we've had lots of different versions of it. We tried this. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try this. And so it's something we're just continue to play around with. And we love that we have the freedom and the grace to not do it. It's not a religious requirement that we feel we have to do. It's a gift that God has given us. It's it's wisdom from the Lord, that we recognize that He did it and we need to do it too. It's really important for our health and our well-being to have those boundaries around work.
Yeah. And I think if there was ever a culture that needed Sabbath, it's the culture we live in here in the U.S. 2021. We've just filled our lives with so much. Yeah. Even sitting around at home, we fill it with entertainment constantly, and we're either on our phones or watching Netflix or all that. So just to take some time and just slow it down. Yeah. Remember God. Remember who we are, why we're here, remember Him, and also just to bring our family around that and say, listen, God is the center.
Yes.
He's the priority, and everything else revolves around Him. So that's been really huge for us. And, I still feel like we have so much further we could go with it. And, but it's been baby steps all the way through. So, this week, I just encourage you, take a baby step to start practicing Sabbath. This was something that even, 50 years ago, churches did. I mean, they would take their whole Sundays a lot of times and just set it aside. They do potlucks. Businesses were closed. So even 50 years ago, they had a better understanding of this idea of just stopping and resting. And so we have to do it. We have to be intentional about it. So I just encourage you guys, just try something. Try a meal.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have kids, whatever, but light a candle. I just think there's something about like lighting a candle, stopping, inviting the presence of God and remembering what it's all about and just resting. And so, that's the practice this week. Pretty simple. I encourage you to take at least an hour and say, I'm just going to stop. I'm not going to fill myself with Netflix, my phone, whatever. I'm just going to stop and be. And I think you'll see that God will show up and just start doing some cool things. So, all right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Bye.